Parabolic SAR is a truly powerful tool and pocket option. In this video, I'm revealing all the secrets of my strategy for a stable income. Let's start. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm gonna answer the question, how do I make $5,000 in one trading session using the Parabolic SAR indicator? I'm sure many of you guys have heard of this indicator. It's not that popular actually, but definitely can help each one of y'all if you want to improve your trading, or if you're looking for some additional tools, to develop your strategy. My goal for today is to double the deposit, because my initial deposit is $5,000 just as well. So in your case, you can set the same goal, that being increasing your deposit twice. And that way you would follow the same risk management as I do today. The deal amount is $1,000 today, which is around 20% of the deposit as a whole. It is indeed not a conservative way of trading, more of a hazardous one. But today I will try my best to explain to you guys how you can find trades with a higher chance of a great profit. So I'm sure y'all are well aware of how you can add the indicator onto the chart. In the top left corner, we're opening the indicators list, clicking Parabolic SAR, and making sure to set these settings you can see right now. Don't mess up the zeros. It's very important, guys, because the indicator's default settings are, do not suit us in any way, shape, or form. Be sure to only ever use these ones. Right click and save, checking if the indicator has been adjusted accordingly. And now let's talk theory. The indicator constitutes these dots in the chart. Essentially, the more dots there are and the longer the distance between them is, the stronger the trend is. Basically, in this case, we can tell the trend is only beginning, while this piece right here is clearly an active phase of the trends, as there is a whole bunch of these dots and the distance between them is pretty big too. By these dots, we can tell that even though there is a trend indeed, and it's already confirmed, but it's not that rapid and strong yet as the previous one, this one for instance. We would thereby trade within this situation way more carefully than in this case, for instance. And now let's finally get to the gist of our strategy. The trend is considered to be confirmed when there are at least 10 dots. Well, there's obviously way more than 10 here, just like in this case, just as well as here. So the main ground rule is that we recognize a confirmed up or down trend with this indicator, and I think it's quite hard to make a mistake in such circumstances, that this is an uptrend and this one is a downtrend. So during an uptrend, we only ever trade upwards, whereas during a downtrend, we ought to trade downwards. Obviously, that's the ground rule. Don't mess it up. Well, I'm sure there's nothing to mess up in the first place, and it's as simple as it can be. So let's say we see a confirmed up or downtrend. Now, the last thing that stands between us and the trade placement is a confirmation of the trade. In order to find that convenient point to place a trade, that we will use candle analysis along with additional tools such as, trend lines, etc. We're gonna cover this topic in action a bit later when we start. So guys, let's place the first trade in this trading session. As you could have already guessed, we gotta make 5 to 6 profitable deals in order to achieve the desired result. What do we see here besides the indicator itself? Besides Parabolic SAR and besides the confirmed uptrend that is, by the way, evolving really well, we can see this trend line right here. We are drawing a trend line through any two reversing points and see the price is approaching this trend line for the third time and can therefore bounce off of it just as well. But another additional thing, one additional factor to pay attention to with this trade would be the indicator itself that literally confirms there is a legit steady trend on the market. So we are entering at a pretty decent moment, the best point even, I would say, and it has just got us a profit. Isn't it wonderful, guys? I wouldn't consider placing a trade right now as we risk stumbling upon a corrective retracement, but entering after the correction, why not? Let's carry on to the next case. So we've got another opportunity to enter the market. We're placing a $2,000 trade upward, and let me explain why. First things first, the same trend line that has worked out for the fourth time and for the fifth time, I believe. But moreover, there's this pattern called engulfing. That is when there's a red candle and a green candle, and the whole situation looks like the entire growth is getting engulfed by the following fall, or vice versa. The entire fall gets engulfed by the following rising candle, just like in this case we're considering right now. These red and green candles are approximately of the same size, which gives us extra confidence in the fact the entire previous fall has been bought and pulled back. So the rise is to be continued. And in the end of the day, we're trading with an uptrend, so we can feel free to indulge in this deal even though the next candle is green. I mean, it's still not turning out as confident as we would like it to. Anyway, we're getting the profit off of the deal. It seemed pretty steady to me. So we're getting back to the initial deal amount and waiting for more appropriate moments to enter at. Because in this case particularly, I wouldn't place any more trades, to be honest. Let's see what we got. So guys, we're quickly catching up with the next trade. This case is pretty simple just as well. First of all, there's a tiny risk factor to keep in mind. The uptrend is only starting to evolve. However, there's a nice situation to delve in to clear up a common candle pattern. We've got this beautiful candle with a tiny body and a long downward shadow. Right away after this candle is settled, I'm placing a trade upwards because the next candle has got to be green for sure. Let's clear up what the whole situation looks like for us once again. So let's see. Here, look, we're waiting for this candle right here to settle, placing our trade right away at this point. And this candle, the green candle right here, is the one to get us a profit. Yet it might not be that confident and large as we would want it to end up like, but technically we did get the profit. What does this candle mean? Most likely it used to be a red and looked like this, but during that process, at that moment, buyers to cover the market bought the entire fall, pushing it back up, which has led the candles to settle with such a tiny body, leaving this long trace. This indicates buyers force domination on the market. The chart is basically ready to keep evolving further upwards. So guys, what can we say in regards of this trade? Let's take a horizontal level and place it at the last successive highs. Now we can notice both of the highs has been overcome. Only the third one is left for the price to break through. The chart needs to settle higher above this successive high value, which would be our signal to buy. It is indeed better to enter after some kind of a corrective retracement. We will see if it cares to take place even. It would be wonderful if the price corrects it back to these levels. That would be an amazing moment to enter upwards. If that doesn't happen, we will go with the flow, I guess. As you can see, there's clearly an active phase of the uptrend anyway. It's proved by both the candle chart and the enlarging distance between the indicator dots. We are soon to make our decision to place a trade. So there's no significant correction to be seen, but I'm willing to take the risk and place a trade upwards as soon as this candle settles, since we've paused for a little while and the uptrend sequel would just really make sense in this situation, you know? The next candle gotta be green. 45 seconds are left. Let's observe the whole process together and see how it goes. So the next candle ends up green and rising. This has definitely got us closer to our end goal. Literally one deal is left. I think a $500 bet will be enough. So let's look for the next case and soak things up a little bit at this point. So what kind of a situation are we facing in this case? Let's place a trade real quick and I'm gonna try to address the situation. First of all, there is a pretty long steady and most importantly confirmed uptrend that's been recently gaining even more power. The chart stumbled upon a correction recently, but it's completely over as per now, which is evidenced by this pattern right here. There are two candles, quite a strong engulfing of the last candle, I would say, by this green one, but both of these candles, both the red and green one, have downward shadows of quite a decent size that probably indicate there is a powerful buyer or buyers who took over the market and pushed this massive fall up. So now the chart keeps rising rapidly and aggressively. So guys, I think there is no doubt at this point we have reached our goal. Seizing the moment, I'd like to invite you guys to my today's trading session that I'm running absolutely for free on my free Telegram channel. The link is going to be waiting for you in the description below this video, of course. And most importantly, today we're withdrawing the entire net profit. Make sure to do it whenever you successfully reach your goal, because recording your profits and taking your money from the market is truly important. So a few hours in, the money will be in my account. I'm not gonna say goodbye to you guys because I know for sure we will see each other in my next videos. See you guys.